Good morning, everybody. How are y'all this morning? Welcome to the ASKTERRY show. Thank you for joining me. We come to you live here on our page Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays about 8:15 to 8:30. And then we rebroadcast in our group. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send them to me in any format that you like, and I will not use your name. So this question actually came over the weekend when I was attending a men's conference, and one of the men came up to me pretty upset about his sister, which I thought was so loving. And he just had some questions about how he can help her because she's really depressed. She suffers from diabetes and she's having financial problems. And according to him, she's so angry and hostile that no one really wants to be around her. The family has been slowly pulling back, right? Because they don't want to hear all the negativity. And I can understand that. So his question was, how do I help her, right? How do I help her when she's suffering from depression and she has a physical disability of diabetes, right? And in one way, guys, you can't help her. And then on the other hand, you can do a whole lot to help her. So what am I talking about? How can you help her and not help her? One, you can't help her if she doesn't want to be helped. I have seen countless individuals who really want to stay stuck in whatever situation they're in. It feels comfortable to them. They understand it. They know it. It's like I do a lot of work with foster care children. And I work with some adolescent girls who are actually in a locked facility. And you would be amazed at how many will say, I don't want to leave. And I'm thinking, you have no freedom. You can't go to the bathroom without asking. Someone has to open the door for you. You can't just go in the shower and wash your hair. You got to go and ask for shampoo and feminine hygiene products and just everything. And you can't leave. You don't even have a cell phone and you're 17 years old. But they feel safe. They're comfortable. They understand the environment. It's like a prison setting, right? Where the prisoners understand the communication and the language. They understand that full moon is going to bring a lot of chaos. And they kind of enjoy the chaos, believe it or not. So this person's sister who's suffering from diabetes and depression, she might be feeling comfortable in that environment and in that setting, in that emotional state. And in that situation, you can't help her. Every person has to be self-motivated to do better. We can't change anyone, not even me. And I'm a therapist, right? I've been trained to change people. But it's been a hard lesson for me to learn that I can't help anyone who doesn't want to be helped. And so we have to accept that. Now, if a person comes to you and they say, I want help, please help get me out of this, and they are sincere in their wishes, then you can do a whole lot to help them, right? Because they might be very limited in their view, either overall or for that time span. When a person is depressed, they're not thinking very clearly. Things are not firing correctly. They're forgetful. They're just going through the day kind of on automatic sometimes, right? And they're not really invested in the day. They're not invested in themselves. And so they might need someone who can say, hey, I know you were looking for your keys, but they were right there on the kitchen table. Right? Because when your mind is distorted, you don't see things that are right in front of you. So a person who is suffering from diabetes and depression, and this person was having financial stress, of course they are having financial stress, right? Because they can't get things together. They can't function on the level of paying their bills on time and taking care of their normal daily, living. And so if that person is ready to make a change in their life, then you, as their support system, can do a lot. And so, he was asking me, Terry, what can I do? And I gave him some ideas, right? One, she's suffering from diabetes. That is a physical problem. So we need to get her help with her diabetes. We need to get that under control. Seeing a doctor on a regular basis, going to a diabetes support group with people who are going through the change just like you are. Making some changes in your eating habits, right? Of course, you guys probably already know I love the plant paradox. It has made a huge difference in my life. I finally was able to lose weight after trying for over 5 years. And so I love the eating. I love what it's doing to my skin. I don't even wear makeup anymore, right? So special occasions. But I told him about the plant paradox. I told him about tea. You guys also know that I love medicated teas. I love fresh ginger tea. Oh, it's so good. And I'm into Marcella tea. And I'm into these teas that help to decrease inflammation in my body. I'm into teas that help with my digestive system, right? Because I know that diseases start in the colon, right? And if we don't keep our bodies flowing correctly, we're going to have a problem. I have a Chinese doctor that gives me medication to help my blood to flow correctly. It cleanses my blood. You guys are thinking, Terry is crazy, right? I'm not crazy. I'm healthy. Went to the doctor the other day and they're like, wow, you're really healthy. Yes, I am. I heard Warren Buffett. I was listening to one of his programs over the weekend. I've decided he's my mentor now. And so I'm learning all about him and his way of living. And one of the things he said, and he says it pretty frequently, is you were born with one body and one mind. And that's all you get for this entire life. One body and one mind. So I believe in taking care of my body and my mind. And so I told him about the plant paradox. I told him about the different kinds of herbal and medicated teas that might be able to help her. Just drinking ginger tea 2-3 times a day can help decrease the inflammation and the nerve damages that's going on. When you drink ginger tea, if you have nerve damage, it's causing you pain pretty much all day, guys. And no, I haven't suffered from that, but I have family members who have. I have clients that have suffered from that. And so I have them to drink ginger tea. So get involved in a support group. I recommended that she get involved in a church, that she get involved in her church support group. I think, and this is just my personal belief, I'm not trying to force this on anybody, but I believe that when you're in a good church home and you have that surrounding of community, that it helps you to deal with life so much easier, right? I mean, we're all of the same faith, even if we don't believe in practicing it the same way, right? I have a church home that I've been going to for many years, and I don't know even 10% of the church members there. But wow, when I walk into church on Sunday mornings and I see the same families, we all sit in the same area for years. And I've watched kids grow from in their mom's womb until now they're 15, 16 years old. And it's just a beautiful thing. And I don't even talk to them. I don't go up and say, hi, how you guys doing? What's going on? No, I don't have that kind of relationship with them. But it's a matter of I'm there in the same presence and we're having the same kind of experience, spiritual experience. And it feels comfortable. It feels good, you know. It feels good that I have a church home that I can walk in and someone says, "Hey, Terry, how's it going?" Because I do know some people, right? And so we're all there for a common reason. So I recommended that she join a church, that she get a church home. I don't know if she actually needs counseling. She probably does, but she has limited finances and she has no insurance. So she's kind of stuck and she has no real transportation. She's dealing with a lot of different problems, guys. So we got the physical issues going on. We got mental issues going on. We got, the mind going on. We got family issues going on. And he told me she doesn't really have any friends. Imagine that. He says she's just always negative, always down, always depressed, and no one really wants to be around her except for her brother who loves her, right? So I think if she goes to a support group, it's free. I think that can make a difference in her life. I think that if she surrounds herself with people who are like her and going through some of the same experiences, that it will make a difference. And then I also recommended that he do some of the same things, right? Because she's going to begin to take a toll on him as well, as he is her everything right now. And he kind of admitted that, that, yeah, it becomes draining sometimes, even for him, even though he loves her so much. So he's going to need support too, as he's supporting her through this journey. So, guys, I hate to hear that someone is going through so many different problems, financial problems, transportation problems, but I tend to see this a lot. It's like you have one bad thing happen here and it starts to pull you down. And I think it all begins with the mental. I honestly do. I don't think it begins with the physical. Because I've known too many people who had physical problems and they overcame them with a strong mentality. I'm one of them, right? I went through a lot mentally and physically. And yet I overcame all of them to be here today and to have so much love and joy in my life and so much peace in my life, right? So I think it begins with being strong mentally. And I hope that we here at Gateway to Counseling are helping you to be stronger mentally. If for some reason this is not enough for you, we of course have counseling sessions. Of course we do. But that's not what I'm going to necessarily recommend straight off the bat. Guys, I spend my Sundays in church, meditation, Robert Morris, Jimmy Evans, and then I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of mind control exercises, right? A Course in Miracles. I love that. I'm starting it over again. I told you guys that I spent the weekend watching Warren Buffett. I watched 2-3 of his YouTube videos and one with Bill Gates, right? And I love how they've talked about mind control, being focused on what it is that you want and letting nothing come in that way, and living a simple, honest life. Simple, honest life. Wow, I love that. You don't have to be bogged down with keeping up with the Joneses and, okay, I have money, so now what do I do with it? I'm going to go buy a this and buy a that. And someone told me just recently, Cherry, you should get a new car. Why? I love the car that I have. It's wrapped with Gateway 2 Counseling. And, nothing's wrong with it. So why go and get a new car? So I hope this has been helpful to you guys. If for some reason you do need us, we are here. Gateway to Counseling. We take Medicaid. We take Superior. We take Ambetter. Thank you, Ambetter. You guys are sending us a lot of clients. We take Cigna. We take EAP. Thank you, Anthem. Thank you, Cigna. Thank you, Alliance. You guys are sending us a lot of EAP clients. Thank you, CPS. You guys are sending us so many clients with Superior. We take a lot of different insurance, guys. So if you need anything, please, we are just a click away. Enter our gates into a brighter tomorrow where you are in control. Bye-bye.